In 1954, a town in rural Iowa vanished overnight. No wreckage, no trace. Just a population that once was, and never returned. The name was Urkhammer, Iowa, a small town in the center of nowhere. Population 273. It had a diner, a post office, a mechanic's garage, and a one-room schoolhouse. It showed up on official maps until 1954. Then, without warning, it was gone. Not destroyed. Not evacuated. Just gone. Modern maps don't list it. Government records stopped suddenly. And the last census shows 273 residents, then 0. So what happened to Urkhammer? Locals in surrounding counties remember it faintly. My uncle filled gas there, one said. But when investigators returned in the 1960s to find the location, all that remained was an overgrown field. Not rubble, just nothing. No foundations, no pipes, no road leading in. Even the telephone poles ended a mile short. A local historian named Dale Kittredge spent 12 years researching it. He uncovered dozens of references to Urkhammer in state mail routes, school registries, and tax documents. But all of them end in 1954. One letter, dated June 1st, 1954, was found undelivered in a postal archive. It was addressed to the Urkhammer post office, but returned with the words, "No such address." Dale dug deeper. In 1971, he found aerial photos from the 1940s clearly showing a town grid. Homes, roads, grain silos. But in 1955 satellite images, just prairie. No demolition permits, no disaster reports, no state records of relocation. It was as if Urkhammer had never existed, except everyone remembered that it did. A few rumors surfaced. A chemical spill hushed up by the government. A gas explosion that destroyed everything. A mass relocation due to psychological exposure. But none of them explained why there was no trace left behind. Then Dale received an anonymous envelope in 1974. No return address, no letter. Just one photograph, a photo of a street in Urkhammer. But the shadows pointed in 3 directions at once. In the background, the sky looked wrong. Not overcast, not sunny, just void. No clouds, no sun, just blankness. The photograph was analyzed. Experts said it had not been doctored, but couldn't explain the lighting. When Dale tried to track the sender, he found the postmark came from a town in Kansas that no longer existed either. He was rattled. Then, a final twist. A 1953 radio tower log from a nearby station mentioned signal interference from Urkhammer, describing a hum that distorted frequencies.
The entry ends with, one of the engineers claims voices were repeating his own words seconds before he said them.
The tower was shut down the next year. Today, there's no official recognition of Urkhammer's existence. Some say it was wiped for military testing. Others whisper that it phased into another dimension. But if you visit the exact coordinates, you'll find a field. Flat, silent, undisturbed. But look closely. Some say you'll see gravel patterns in the grass, outlines of streets that aren't there anymore. And if you listen, on very still nights you might hear the faint echo of a bell. The kind used to call kids in for school. A bell that hasn't rung since 1954. What if the past doesn't disappear? It just slips a little further away. Until we stop asking where it went. Subscribe to Chronicles Unveiled for the stories that were erased, but never truly gone.